Let's do it. Chill, very chill today. Alright, I'm halfway through to the level 68. Gonna finish a couple more quests here in Shadowmoon Valley, and then move on to Norther End, where it shouldn't take too long to hit level 80. Where the heck am I going? Where's the entrance? Oh, here. Honestly, this wasn't a good choice of a zone to level in. It takes way too long. Wanted to kill this Uvoros guy, but I'm not able to solo it. I think I did it like long time ago in my Warlock and I soloed it, but I'm just not able to do it without DK. You just have to be on melee range and he hits like crazy. Hey, this could be a good transmog. Can I transmog these? The Ghost World. Let me try what it does. Huh. Good that I popped the Icebound, I would have been dead here. I'm leveling as a blood spec because I wanted to run some dungeons as tank. So that's why blood. Which reminds me, I could queue up for a dungeon too, but I guess I'll wait until I'm 69 so I can go to the Northern dungeons. This would be a waste of time most likely. I think I legit chose the worst zone to level in.
Here there.
Should have won Blade's Edge or even the Grand. %10 for a quest. Too bad Twinstar made up their mind for the 85 to 90 XP rate. I just can't deal with X1 anymore. I wanted to try it out, but gonna pass. What do you mean they made up their mind? That was the intention always. They never intended to have higher rates than that. They might still change it though. I'm still hopeful that they will boost the XP rates. It's still not the end. They just now changed how the character auction works with character deletion. That if you put a character in the auction house, it doesn't delete the clone right away. So that's a really nice change. Like normally you wouldn't see a change like that from Twinstar, so that's a good sign. I mean, over time, it's pretty much guaranteed that they will increase the XP rates, but that might take a couple months. I'm sure they will not just leave it at ×1 forever, because they eventually boosted XP rates on their Cataclysm realms. They used to be ×1 down, now they're ×3, all of them. It just, Twinstar, it takes them a while to make changes. Unfortunately, that's pretty much what killed Apollo 3. It took them too long to bring the cross-faction battlegrounds and so on. Yeah, but over time pop will drop too. Yep, that's the issue. They will have to react before the population leaves. It's also interesting hearing comments of what people think about Twinstar, because you literally only have two groups of people. You have those people that love it and the people that hate it. There's nothing in between. And majority of the people that hate the server now used to love it. Hey Solomon, hi. Good to see you again. You're still playing on Mists of Pandaria on Twinstar? Haven't you quit yet? Because some people are so critical of the server. I'm not. I'm being realistic. I've played on so many servers and I think this is still a really good experience. How's the population? Is it high? What level range do you want to know about? We obviously can't slash who max level 85 because there's too many and it's only going to show 49. I think it's safe to say there's above 1,000 players easily. I wouldn't say it's above 2,000, probably not at the moment. And I think majority of people are still waiting for Mists of Pandaria content to release. So the majority of players won't log in until a month from now. So this is just the warm-up. This is just for the hardcore fans. I mean, let's look at the Northrend range 68 to 80. 16 people on the Alliance. Horde is probably bigger, so we can expect a couple more people on Horde. That's pretty decent. 16 people here. Yeah, 1k is nice, but if there's only 1k at Pandaria content launch, then that's not good. That's not enough. But I think there's gonna be way more. For many people it doesn't make much sense to play here on the pre-patch. They're waiting for the actual expansion to release here, so that's why they're not playing. So I assume the numbers will be like twice or 3 times as high. If Stormforge takes their time with any changes, example the legendary cloak catch up for alts, most people won't deal with that. I'm thinking Stormforge. Yeah, there are definitely things where Stormforge could speed up things a little bit. I don't know, it's kind of hard to compare Twinstar and Stormforge. You have literally a server that's been out for, I don't know, almost 15 years probably, or 13 years or something like that, versus a server that just launched a year ago. it's a really hard comparison. Even though they're on the same expansion. But Dragonfly I might and leveled up my red paladins like worst class. Survivability is at 0. Yeah. Well, when is the rework coming? The current patch on Dragonfly is 10.0.5 I think, and the rework should come with 10.0.7. So I hope it's not too far away. Yeah, it's funny. Some people have been telling me red is amazing on Dragonfly, I should play it. But it looks like it's not, because Blizzard is changing it quite drastically, buffing it. Yeah, people say, oh, you have bubble. But what's bubble? Dispellable cooldown, endless, on an endless cooldown pretty much. You can only use it once. It's not really that good of a defensive. What is your final opinion on Firestorm server Shadowlands? Final opinion? I would tell you my current opinion. I'm not a fan of Shadowlands expansion, so I'm not very kind when it comes to whatever server that Shadowlands is on. But the population increased since I've been there last time. Since the Freaks and Firestorm merged, the population increased quite a bit. And it's a decent server. Firestorm's been always pretty good. People say it's bugged and so on, but it's not a server that is focusing on the old content. So I think it's totally understandable if it's not 100%, but it may be 80 to 90% in the old content. Let's see the population. Firestorm servers. They always have something new. All realms. Everything is essentially dead. I mean, 100, 200 players. Okay, but nobody will want to play there. 3,500 players at peak. This is the peak time. That is really solid. There were like 2,000 to 2,500 a few months ago. So the merge seems to have helped them. But I still had some issues on the server when I played there. Even with the res and pretty important stuff. So it's not a server that I would play on, and it's not an expansion that I would want to play. But if somebody wants to play Shadowlands for free, just like as I say in my other videos, and like that award video I think I mentioned it, and maybe in the private server tier list, still the opinion is the same, didn't change since. Although I think the private server tier list that was made before the merge, so it's a bit outdated. It's still a very good server, and the best server for Shadowlands that you can play for free. It is pay to win. You can pay for loot boxes, and you can essentially get every single item if you pay for it, which I don't like. They could have made it differently. But you don't really have too many servers that are 3,000 to 4,000 people online at peak. So that alone sets it up as one of the best. Hope it's good because I've played arenas with red and everyone was one-tapping me. Like even healer couldn't out-heal me, bubble didn't help too. Well, I heard they're giving us extra defensive on Retribution and Dragonflight, some extra mobility with the Judgment, so might help. Those were the two biggest issues from what I've heard. I haven't played too much Red on max level. I haven't actually done any end game besides some, I don't know, quests or something. So I can't even tell from my own experience with the Retribution. That's the only class that I leveled up.
How are you?
But as you can see, I still prefer to play a private server with Mr. Pandaria rather than Dragonflight. I don't know, the expansion is decent I guess, but I'm not that impressed.
Have a good one. Good day to you.
Okay, let's go to Northrend. I'm trying to level 3 characters, 3 alt characters at the same time pretty much, and jumping from one to another with rested XP. Waiting to recharge my rested XP on one of them while I'm leveling the other one. Right now, survivability and mobility are the biggest problems, yeah. I mean, that's always been pretty much the biggest problem with Retribution. Survivability and mobility. You always had decent off healing, decent damage, especially in burst. So it's just the paladin class design. It just seems to be a bit undertuned this time around. Right on time, the boat is coming. Some guy in Discord saying he can't even level on Twinstar because it's crashing so much. Well, I don't see it. If it crashes once an hour, it's not that bad. It actually happened to me yesterday, which I was pretty disappointed about. I logged into a dungeon. We were literally before the last boss and the server crashed, and I was, okay, we're fucked. I'm gonna be kicked out of the dungeon. But we logged back in after like, I don't know, 1 or 2 minutes, so it wasn't too long of a waiting. And we were there. We were the entire party there, rolled back like 2 minutes, not a big deal. And we were able to finish the dungeon successfully, so even though it crashed, it wasn't too bad. And I've played WoW and built original private servers. I skipped like 4 expansions. After those years, I've returned with one of my friends to try out Shadowlands. Yeah. I still have an active game time on, or subscription on retail and classic, so I still keep going back and forth. But I can see like people used to shit on private servers. It's no longer a thing. Private servers have really caught up to and are in many regards better than retail or classic. I really enjoyed the new graphics, not to mention two more fluid fighting animations and skill tree. Yeah, the graphics are way nicer. And the new races. You have so many races to choose from now. I haven't even unlocked a single allied race on retail yet. I was trying to unlock Nightborn. I thought it would be easy. I spent like, I'm not kidding you, I spent like 30 hours of game time trying to unlock them. I wasn't able to. So I just rage quit. And I'm not trying to unlock any other allied race since. I don't know, I was probably doing something wrong, I have no idea. Since then I just can't return to the good old ones. I still can appreciate the old aesthetic. Like even these Mr. Pandaria graphics and even Cataclysm aren't too bad. They're different, but they still aren't really that bad. At least not to my eye. Wrath of Lich King is a different story. Wrath of Lich King, if you have the original models, that is very old. You can't even see the faces on the portraits properly because they're so pixelated. So there I use other ways, other HD models from Legion and so on, if possible. Psycho Bastard, what's up? I like the old models way better. I love that in Warlords of Draenor you could switch between old and new models of the characters. Yeah, I like both, honestly. They're different, but I think both are good. And I didn't even know there was a setting like that on Warlords of Draenor. If you messaged me today, I probably didn't read it. Because I was gone for the majority of the day. Should I read it now? If it's not too long? Oh my god, that's the longest message ever. Okay, I'm not reading that. I'll have to read it later. I'm like, is it long? Phew. It was either in interface or system settings. Interesting. I think Warlords of Draenor was the first time ever I actually downloaded retail. And I don't know, I probably only played like few levels or just checked the end game, how it looked like. But the first time I've actually started playing on retail was on Battle for Azeroth 1 year after it launched. I think there was a discount. Like a Christmas discount, because that was right around New Year. That could have been like the 1st of January. About DK? Okay, I will read it once the stream is over. Unless I forget, which is also possible. Alright, big pull. I hope I don't die. Nah, we got this. Blood DK OP. Very OP. Almost full HP. Easy. That was a good WOT. Private server PvP was so fun, it was so easy to make ults and gear them. Yeah, I'd like to at least try it. I'm fine playing just my 4 favorite expansions, I don't need another one. But I'd like to try it sometime. Open WoW, the Cataclysm server that launched this year. And it's already closed since, the Instant Cataclysm server. They are planning Warlords of Draenor, so maybe there I will try some PvP. Well, I don't know if I can really call it a good server, I don't know what it's gonna look like. It's probably gonna be instant PvP server too.
Good fortune.
That was the last info that OpenWow wants to do Warlords of Draenor. I wouldn't count on it. My first WoW was Wrath of the Lich King, 2008, so I had to buy the original WoW and Burning Crusade also. Man, I really wanted to play World of Warcraft as soon as it came out with vanilla, because I was a big Warcraft 3 player, but I was what, like 10 years old, and obviously you're not gonna pay 10 euros or 15 or whatever the price was back then for a game every single month at my age. And I had no idea there were private servers. I thought the only way you could play it was officially and paying for it, and then I found out there were private servers in 2013, and even that only happened because of my brother. Because he started playing here on Twinstar with his friends, with his classmates, and I was like, I want to try it too. And so that's when I started. Wait, what am I killing here? Had I known there were private servers, I would have played since like 2008 or whenever the first private servers came out. I don't know if that would be a good or a bad thing though. Wow, it's taking so much of my time already. No, in 2003 there were no private servers, definitely not. It definitely took some time.
I need to get closer. I can't pass that.
Oh, are they gonna kill me here? This is dangerous. I'm pulling too much maybe. Let's see. Ah, where's the one with the dogs? Okay. Oh, this is gonna be so close, man. Where's my potion? The potion probably saved me. Oh, did it. Like a pro. Okay, one more raider. %. It is a bit sad not really seeing any people around here. Like I very rarely bump into someone. It's just because everybody's max level here already. There's definitely no world PvP happening on Twinstar while I'm leveling. In Pandaria, yes. That's gonna be a lot of world PvP. Oh my god. I'm gonna be fighting literally everyone. Everybody's gonna hate me. Yeah, thanks to you for making the live stream a bit more interesting. And follow on Twitch. Where's Path of Frost? Here. Oh, I don't have a keybind on it. Hey, Path of Frost MVP. I should get flying. I think I can get flying at 69, right? At 68 even. John Just downloaded Helios today. I think it's going to be sweet. And what do you think is going to be top, Stormforge or Twinstar? I think they're going to be very similar. I don't know what Stormforge's future holds. Because their Mistblade, their Mistblade is literally their first expansion. They had Wrath of the Lich King, which was unsuccessful. And I don't think it's active anymore even. And they're planning TBC. But I don't know what people are gonna do now, because it's progressing to the latest patch on Mid Serpendaria and Stormforge. So what's next? That's the question. Like, if there's nothing else to be looking forward to, people will probably leave it and come to Twinstar instead. So that's, I think, the biggest question now, and that's probably the thing that's gonna make it or break it. Because if Stormforge doesn't come up with something real quick, then they might die. It might be over for them. And for me personally, that's a huge thing to have future on server that I play on. I started playing on Twinstar and I stayed for so long on this server because I knew it was a progressive server. Now, I didn't expect for them to take it so long to actually progress to the next expansion, because they were TBC, then they were Wrath of Lich King, and then they were Cataclysm. They released Cataclysm like 3 years after or 4 years after it was launched on retail, so that was pretty good track record. So I was like, okay, Twinstar it is. I'm gonna have my characters from the start, from the very start to finish. I can stay on this one server. Obviously that didn't quite turn out to be that way, but eventually we got a new expansion. But it's still more of a future here on Twinstar, although it's not that certain than Stormforge's future, which is completely uncertain. But I think overall they will be very comparable in terms of population, activity, functionality. All these things, I think, will be very similar between these two servers. Yeah, that's definitely the biggest deal for me, is the fact that I can play on my characters here on Twinstar. I don't have to level from scratch if I don't want to. Now you see I'm leveling a lot of alts despite having a lot of characters already. But I'm not forced to, I'm not pressured. And I don't have to rush it even, because it's only pre-patch. So we got enough time. I don't think Tauri would be alive again though. I don't think Stormforge or any other Mist of Pandaria server dying would revive Tauri. I think Tauri is done. It was done before Stormforge released. It didn't even get like 2,000 players online, so Tauri was done a long time ago, unfortunately. Unless they release Legion, obviously, but that's a different expansion that brings different people interested in the server. And we have a bot here, hold on. Cool. Favorite Northrend zone? Ice Crown, probably. Ice Crown, because I love the entire story from Warcraft 3. Went through all the campaigns. I love to see the architecture. I like to see the ICC raid itself is awesome. I'm not really a big fan of those Howling Fjords and stuff like that. Fuck it. Too boring. What's your favorite zone in Northrend? 4K players on right now on Stormforge. Yeah, I saw. I wonder what the activity is like on Stormforge, because 4K players is pretty crazy. I remember last time when I was in Stormforge, it was around 4K population. You had maybe like 2-3 teams queuing up for 2v2 even in the relatively early morning, so I wonder how different it would be right now. But I guess a lot of people came back to Stormford because of the latest patch content too. So it might be a little bit spiked up. And I think it will go down eventually once Twinstar launches Mr. Pandaria content. I think that's inevitable. Yeah, Sholzar Basin is pretty nice. There are many really cool zones in Northern though. It's a tough competition. Well, I hope these casters are not gonna kill me. Oh, we got some help from a fellow Death Knight here. What do you think WoW Circle Legion versus Felsong Legion? I think Felsong Legion will be better. But I don't think Felsong Legion will be perfect. Not even close. I think there's gonna be a lot of issues with it still. But we'll see, depends on when they launched. We already have a launch date announced by Circle. We have nothing from Felsong. So who knows if they ever launch. They might just say fuck it. We're not able to develop Legion on there, so. Is Timeless out yet? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not the right person to ask, honestly. I've played very little endgame on Stormforge, so. Alright, I'll be moving on to the next zone soon. This goes really fast. Is any good UWow? I tried a bit before Felsong, but wasn't a big fan. I haven't been there since a year ago.
What's on your mind?
I think in January I visited UWow Legion and I wasn't there since. So I don't know, I assume there have been some changes. Well, I actually was there like in summer or so for a little bit, because then I saw so many bugs again, making it super annoying for me to play there, and I was like, fuck it, I don't need this. I don't need this shit in my life. And so I went offline again. Wasn't even able to use the Flight Master. I was like, fuck this. UWow isn't bad, and it's the only populated server we have for Legion, but it's nowhere near like even top 10 private servers in terms of functionality.
What can I do for you? See you around. Safe travels.
Excited to see what happens with Twinstar now, since Stormforge is going to have some big competition, because I was asking on Apollo Kata how Pop was. A lot of people say they're playing MoP. Oh yeah, Cataclysm on Apollo is gonna be dead. That is granted. There's nothing saving it. It's gonna be good. It just depends on how Twinstar's team approaches their Mr. Pandaria. If they care, which it seems they have been doing pretty quick decisions and quick fixes so far. So if they keep it going this way, I think it could be brutally successful. But they could also mess up with just little details and fuck it all up. So it's really gonna be down to Twinstar team handling all the pressure, suggestions, and all this. Because we know Twinstar's track record is They don't listen. They just go blindly Blizz-like and they don't care about anything. If they fix something, it's too late. And if it sucks, well, then it's gonna be a
Be careful.
server number 500 that sucked and that died. Nothing new.
That ability isn't ready yet.
Yeah, you're right. Stormforge is part of Tauri team. Tauri and Atlantis, both. Well, very similar to Felsong now that the Felsong has Freaks and Firestorm teams, so it looks like different projects teams are starting to cooperate under new banners, which is interesting to see because these are real big players. Freaks, Firestorm, Atlantis, Tauri, all really big and famous servers. All decided to work together under a new banner. Pull more. Where's that item?
That ability isn't ready. I can't do that.
Yeah, times change now. You can mention other private servers. Now it's no longer a promotion of a competing project.
Here there.
Alright, level 70. Let's go. I still seem to have enough rested experience for one more level, so I can do this. Wait, level 70. Can I go to Dragonblight or something? Probably not yet. And not just yet. Yeah, if they work together, they can put out a good project. They take time to fix stuff when reported and just stay on the fixes. Oh my god, I'm trapped. Všetci a follow na Twitchi. A zítra už YouTube nezapneš teda? Možno zapnem. Už som mal, včera som mal taký deň, že som chvíľku streamoval na Twitchi a potom chvíľku na YouTube. Iné veci. Tak asi to budem striedať tak podľa chuti. A možno si vytvorím novú personu na Twitchi. Nahodím ruský prízvuk, dám si tielko a budem sa tváriť, že som pilav. Hey, cannonbow! The 100k chimera shot. I don't even know there's a potion like that, man. Where do I get it? Is it Mr. Pandaria thing where you can get that potion, or how do you get it? I have no idea. This guy DMing me Log Apollo 2's season has started. Man, Apollo is dead. Nobody cares about Cataclysm anymore. Nobody cared about Apollo when it was the only Twinstar realm, and even less people are gonna care now.
You need something?
Mr. Pandaria is the way. No more Cataclysm. Cataclysm is over, Deathwing is dead. It's time for new challenge. But where is this question mark? Here?
Need assistance? All right.
Hello. Safe travel.
I've actually never done Dragon Solo Cataclysm. I think I've done like one boss or something. I've missed out on so much PvE action on Cataclysm you wouldn't believe. I only got into dungeons on Cataclysm, on some of them, years after it was launched and years after I've been playing it. I was just laser focused on PvP. Didn't waste any time. They say there are 6 teams in queue on Apollo. That means when I log in there's gonna be 1. I know this. I know these tricks. They ain't gonna trick me. Yeah, I could get into PvE on White Main. There may be some changes too. To promote solo content more, maybe. We'll see.
Greetings. See you around.
Hello.
I've done these
Have a
quests
good
so many times and I have to do it again. Because I want to have 15 alts. Professional World of Warcraft player, what can I tell you? Okay, people, if you want to talk to me, you have final minutes to do it, because I'm turning this off. I mean, I'm turning off the stream, but I'm still gonna be playing. Just you won't be able to see it. Ha 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 ha.
See you later.
Only on OnlyFans. I mean Twitch.
Hello. Safe travels.
Twitch.tv/MAYTRIX. Čo je účel tohto DK? Nakoľko už máš Alliance DK? No, DKčiek už mám asi 7-8 max levelov. Tak chcem to 8 alebo 9. Lebo nikdy nevieš, vieš čo, máš parťákov na DKčkách, potom chceš hrať s ďalšími ľuďmi, tak aj keď toto už nemáš arena týmy, takže je to easier. Good point. No len tak. DKčiek nie je nikdy dosť. A môžem ich predať v aukcii, môžem si potom kúpiť niečo iné, vieš. Prípadne. Ale ako nerad predávam chary, ktoré som si sám vyexpil, lebo takých charov mám celkom málo. Tak si ich vážim o to viacej. Že majú takú dušu. Len takto som začal expiť, neviem kedy, pred 5 rokmi alebo kedy. Tak si hovorím, že však do expím to, však je Prepatch, zahrám si, vyskúšam ten nový quest design a tak ďalej. je to pre mňa trošku také nové, že nie som úplne taký, že som hral s týmito spelmi a abilitami 10 rokov. No dobrá otázka. Na horde mám tuším len jedno dekačko, alebo max 2. A tuším len jedno. Tam by som si, na horde som si mal spraviť dekačko. A toto už bol level 66, tak hovorím, že OK, 11 levelov ešte. To je ani zadarmo. Čo mám combat do piči furt? Full bags, here we go. The story of my life. No, netreba robiť nič. RIP. Vieš, jak sa hovorilo pred 15 rokmi, že horda smrdí. No bodaj by nie, keď žili v maštaliach. Tam v púšti desi. Ale nie, mám na horde tiež chary. A na aliancii mám tak 80% charov. Čiže povedzme, že na aliancii, kebyže mám 8 charov, tak na horde mám 2, ale mám viacej, hej. A to tak pre predstavu. Vždycky som tu hrával trochu viacej alianciu, tuto na Twine. Na Legione napríklad, na Firestorme, tam som hrával viacej zase hordu.
Hey there. See you around.
Proste kde začneš, tak tam ostaneš. I see you know many people on Felsong. We've already made a ton of friends there, it seems like. I'm in the Freaks Felsong, oh my god. You have to call it Freaks Legion. And you have to call Felsong Felsong. Because then I don't know what you're talking about. Okay boys, thanks for checking up on me. I'm gonna turn this off and probably enjoy a little bit more of leveling alone. And we'll probably see you live tomorrow again. Maybe on YouTube, maybe on Twitch. So follow everywhere. Bye.